We are eating good today. Christmas has come early, just like your dad. Mizkif has officially filed a defamation lawsuit against Emiru and Asmongold, and additionally OTK Mythic Talent and King Gaming Labs. Now I know what most people are thinking about this. It's the fact that, oh, this is gonna be a closed and shut case. Mizkif has absolutely nothing. Didn't he actually admit to doing these things? Well, a lot of people are thinking like that, but let me actually give you a couple of things why this could actually be super bad for these people. In before some internet lawyer talks about how he knows that this is useless, even though he did never finish law school. In any case, let me explain why this is not going to be a closed and shut thing, why actually it gets pretty deep with this stuff. So, OTK and Mythic Talent are probably going to get sued from Mizkif by... I haven't read this thing, but I have also seen no one talk, but there's only two possibilities what they are getting sued for. One is not protecting him even though he's a part of his talent and just, pushing him under the bus. Or the alternative is him just being fired. Maybe he's fired, maybe he's not. Or there is a third option, which actually would make Mizkif like giga-brained if he did that. So, needless to say, no one in OTK wants the people knowing what's happening inside there, because OTK has had a long history at this point with SA and whatnot. And most likely, Emiru and Asmongold do not want anyone to know what decisions they, as leaders of the organization, actually did and made. And, well, Mizkif suing OTK and Mythic Talent probably could reveal these things, so this is a huge no-no for them, which probably is making them sweat. Because this could be seriously reputationally damaging. That's because that's how Discovery works. But this is not the funny part, okay? This is just slightly interesting. The real stuff happens with Emiru and Asmongold. Now, granted, about Emiru, yeah, that's gonna be harder. Mizkif probably doesn't have a lot. Now, granted, all the people who are saying that, oh, Mizkif actually admitted that Emiru was right. What did he admit? Can you give me specifically exactly what he admitted? What allegations did he admit? Oh, No. Mizkif has not admitted actually anything. That's like the kind of big thing. He has admitted some things like, oh, I punched the wall and things like that, which don't honestly matter even in the slightest in this situation most of the time, at least for the lawsuit here. Okay? But Emiru is a little bit different. Okay. But there's going to be complications there. For example, one of the great things that Mizkif can actually do here is he can just call her a liar, and his justifications for that is going to be the most insane thing that you can actually think about. And that is the fact that, well, she didn't do anything. These are just allegations in the streaming space. She didn't act in any way. She didn't sue him. She didn't go to the police. She didn't do anything. That's one of the things. And you can say, oh, she was afraid. How about that guy in TwitchCon? She pressed charges against him. So we know that if something bad is happening, that Emiru is presumably actually acting. So, yeah. Instantaneously, that complicates things, doesn't it? Now, granted, I don't care. I actually hope everyone here gets to suffer a lot. And I mean, these people don't want to be in a lawsuit. Asmongold is going to become Minecraft-ish just because because he has to now concentrate on that. It's going to be hilarious. And Asmongold is the big one. Asmongold could actually get completely fucked on this one. Because the whole internet is just filled with Asmongold just digging a grave for himself. And I know a lot of you don't understand this or don't believe it, but let me just show a couple of examples. So, first of all, Asmongold has established himself in the eyes of, well, pretty much the whole internet, most people, as the guy who knows everything that's happening here. He knows all the truths, and he can call out Mizkif for all of his lies if he wants to. Like, for example, this clip right here.
So, I hope you correct any misinfo. There are parties involved with this that would need to speak first before I would need to correct any misinfo. Part of this is true, part of this is not true. How about that?
Yeah, there's like, I don't know how many clips out there, but he constantly is saying that he knows what's actually happening and he's gonna correct the record if anything happens. And now things have happened and Asmongold has spoken. And I mean, if you look at these things, everyone is supporting Asmongold pretty much, and that's pretty much it. But then things get a lot more wilder, because this is what Asmongold said. This happened like a week or 2 weeks ago at this point, and this is pretty wild. Asmongold literally just hints at the fact that Mizkif is saying people that there's literally like 5 other witnesses to Mizkif being involved, that there's multiple women and things like that. And he says he knows this is true. He 100% knows it. If these people don't speak about this, he will. And I mean, that's the clip. This is insane. This is very much 100% a defamatory statement. That is some hard stuff right there. Because he's just you can watch these clips if you want. We're not gonna watch 3 minutes of this because, well, the next one is an hour long. So yeah, the internet's full with this stuff. Full of this, but Asmongold is claiming that he knows, and he knows that Mizkif is 100% guilty. Like, this is 100% a defamatory statement. There's no way about it. He's claiming to know the truth, and he's giving his reasoning and everything. And then it goes worse. Then it goes even worse, because this is on his YouTube channel. 2 million views 9 days ago. I watched this on Twitter, by the way. I didn't even know it was on YouTube, but this just makes it worse. Because this is 1 hour of Asmongold being purely unhinged. Let me just give you an example.
All the things, telling the truth about the one thing that in every other situation isn't true, except for this one 15-second video. Like, you really have to, again, like, this is a mountain versus a molehill. You're not even thinking about this.
And this is arguably him being the most tamed, by the way, in this clip. If you haven't seen this, let me explain what's happening. Asmongold is watching the Mizkif initial response, or whatever this is. And this is just 1 hour of him being purely unhinged. Every single sentence that Mizkif says, Asmongold in this video spazzes out and calls him a liar over it. And he's literally saying, I know that this is a lie. He's claiming that he knows the truth about every single statement here. And the rare times that he says, oh, I do not actually know the full truth behind this statement, he says, well, but it doesn't matter. He has lied about everything, so he's obviously lying about everything else. Like, in this 1 hour worth of video, Asmongold is literally calling Mizkif a 100% liar about everything. He's calling him guilty. He's calling him a liar. This is just, Asmongold, this is definitely 100% defamation. And it has 2 million views. This is one of his biggest videos in recent times. So, you know, there's definitely impact there. He didn't care. He just spoke. And, I mean, things do get worse, because he even makes blatant contradictions. For example, I know we like to meme about the plushies and Emiru throwing them, but there's like 100 videos where Asmongold is saying, oh, this doesn't seem bad, well, what if the roles were reversed? What if it was the man doing that to a woman? Then it would be horrible and people would be outraged. Yeah, if Mizkif was throwing even plushies at Emiru, people would be outraged. But here, Asmongold completely just chooses to go against everything he has said so many times before and just choosing to make Mizkif out to be the bad guy here, even though before this he has a history of always saying, "Oh, this if this was the other way around, it wouldn't be anything." So this is not gonna be that easy. Asmongold has definitely put in effort to destroy Mizkif's career and make him look out to be as bad as possible, going so far to know that he knows absolutely everything that happened there, while at the same time, well, if you watch this whole thing, you also know that he somehow knew everything, but he somehow also doesn't know a lot of things, self-admittedly, but it doesn't matter because he's lying anyway. Yes. So this thing is gonna be wild. Now, granted, this is probably gonna. I don't know. I don't think Mizkif is that insane to go after to actually go into the full court things. He's probably just gonna try to take as much money away from Emiru as Asmongold as possible, because again, this is not actually like, oh, he's just gonna instantaneously lose. No, especially against Asmongold. Asmongold has like video evidence proof on his own channel of saying everything he can to damage Mizkif and make him out to be a liar, even though he doesn't know the full details of the story. Kind of wild shit. So yeah, this is one of the funniest things ever to happen, and I'm all down for it because you know me. I dislike all of these streamers. I think they're all problems. I don't think any one of them should have a platform in the first place. So the more chaos, the better. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.